Hey, ladies and gents, we are back. We are going to mission failed, urgent delivery. What? Wherever that's from. Anyway, we are going to try to um, rating the biggest station that I've found so far. We just got done at the academy that I showed in the last video, and I have currently a board 1,257 boarders. Right? I have almost a full fleet of cruise shuttles, and we're going to see if we can pull this off. So this is one of the biggest stations I've found. This is a resistance outpost. This thing is pretty good sized, and I'm kind of curious exactly how many boarders it's going to take to take it out. Now, typically with these boarders, out in this area here, you're talking like 50, 60 boarders to take a station. Get into here, it's maybe 100, 100 and 200. This one, you're talking 300, 400, maybe 500 boarders, depending on how big the stations are. However, this is the first time I've attempted a boarding of a station here in the center of the galaxy. So, I went overboard. 1,252 boarders. Station. It's like 20, 30 kilometers long, maybe. We'll look at it as we get here. Alright, there it is. That is the station. It's a massive station. super long. So I'm kind of curious to see exactly. Let's go down to one end or the other here and find out exactly how long this thing is. This is off the side of my screen. So, 1,252 boarders. We're going to find out exactly how big this thing is. Yeah, we'll get up to this end here, and then we'll look at one of the far docks down there. So we're probably close to 40 kilometers. That's the size of this station. Almost 50 kilometers to the end of the station. So yeah, it's a big station. I mean, not real wide, but definitely long here. So we're going to start pumping away here and start taking off the shields. 15 million hull. So I think I've seen bigger, but this is going to be interesting to see how. Alright, so that's wreckage. I hope I don't have to continue to blow this thing out of the water. And there's our first set of baddies coming in. Dreadnoughts. Really don't want to break the station up into little pieces here that I'm going to have to wait for it to heal up before I am able to copy it and take it to a different part of my empire here. But like I said, I'm kind of interested to see exactly how many boarders it takes. There we go. There's one. I can maybe take that one if I wanted it, but I don't. I'm trying to see if I'm going to try on a couple of the bosses in this game to take their ships one of these times. So, started gaining back its shields. Let's see here. Let's pop another bit into it. Interesting if I turn off the rail guns, if I'm going to do not quite as much damage, but hopefully maybe not so much damage to the station. Come on, 50. Yeah, I'm not blowing up the station quite as bad. Okay, so it's ready to go. Come on, fellas. 1,252. Go. Go, 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 go. Maybe I can't get them all. Yeah, I should be able to. Okay, we're at 1,080. Come on, fellas. Before this thing rebuilds its shields. 3.4 million. Apparently I needed to be a little bit different here. So, there we go. Entering. And the fight's on. Whoa. Even at 1,252 borders, it looks like it's going to be a large fight. Now, if I can get through the defensive weapons and get through the security without losing too many borders, I'm thinking I'm probably going to lose up a bunch of my... I'm thinking I'm probably going to lose most of my borders in this fight. So we're just... No, we've lost 20 borders, 40 borders. Oh, that's what they're taking yet. They're taking out of my thing yet here. So that's not exactly their security. 48. Ooh, 61. So I'm still winning on that side of it. If I can get through the security, I can get. It's going to be a lot easier once I get past the security. Of course, finishing off the mechanics and all that stuff. So there's a ton of 336 security. Wow. This might not go well. See if we can do it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back and get another 1,000 borders or more. I didn't realize there was going to be quite this much crew. That's a lot of security here. There's 155. Oh, I'm losing here. I'm still on the plus side here, I guess. For every 7, no, there's 9. 8, 6. I'm not really... Of course, like I said, the security and the defensive things are going to be the hardest to get through. And then, of course, getting through the officers are also a pain. Alright, so I'm getting my shuttles back. 46 security left here. And then after that, I shouldn't lose too much of the boarding party once I get into the actual crew. And, of course, right as I get to the end here, for some reason, all of a sudden, the security gets a bunch of badasses. I'm losing them almost even numbers now here. Yeah, 1, -2, -3. This is, like I said, a huge station. Close to 50 kilometers long here. I'm gonna get through the last of the security here, and you should see a lot more. The numbers should drop. I shouldn't be losing. Okay, 1,700. There we go. Much better. -1, 283, 282, 282. But am I going to have enough to get through the officers? And that's kind of going to be the big issues. 279, 279. Wow. Mechanics are rough. They're doing a little bit better than the other ones. And we're down to this last 720, 276. Come on. Now we're down to the sergeants here. Now, ooh. 36. Didn't lose any there. Didn't lose any there. And we're losing the commanders here. So the commanders are usually pretty rough. For some reason, they are a bunch of badasses. They're almost, I'm losing without gaining anything really against the commanders. Once I get the commanders knocked out, though, usually the captain goes pretty quick, in fact. But commanders, it seems like the commanders and the security obviously are the toughest bunch, and these usually running through the crew doesn't take very long. I'm almost like, it looks like we're going to win this. But I'm also kind of curious to see exactly how many borders I've lost of the 1,200 and odd, 1,200 and odd borders. So I'm still losing quite badly against the commanders. It looks like, though, I'm probably going to have enough. Probably going to have enough to take the station. Like, this is the largest one I've found so far. At least size-wise, right? Sheer volume. So I was assuming this was going to be a monstrous undertaking. That thing's huge. And my ship is, fairly good size. They were down to 24 commanders. Just Yeah, it looks like I've lost at least half my borders. Probably more than half my borders to take this thing here. So they're still working their way through this guy. 22 commanders. 20. Well, it looks like I got it. I was surprised. I was thinking maybe I was going to have to require a little bit more than this. But, yeah. Seems like about 1,252. You should be able to take any station you run into. If you're okay with losing it. Wow, those commanders are tough. Sitting at 20. Yet, I'm still losing borders relatively quick here. Slowly but surely. 19 commanders. Visit our parks, only the best weather thanks to our latest software. Not terribly sure about this whole get these messages from these stations now. And, I mean, I guess it adds something to the game, but really. 16 commanders. Come on, fellas. There's only these 16 dudes and probably the maybe a general or two, and then you guys are through it to the captain. We need to get this finished off. Yeah, the commanders, I think I'm losing just about as many from the commanders as if I lost from anything else. It's not even a 1-1 trade now. It's more like a probably a for every commander it looks to be I'm losing about 10 borders. That sucks. 12 commanders. I should have figured out exactly. So we're down to 148 to 180 to take it at its current level, 140 to 180 required borders. So I think I'm pretty sure I got that many left. I'm guessing by the fact that it's the number's not terrible far down there. So 9 commanders. So let's at least give you an idea of what you're going to have to deal with if you decide to take some of these bigger stations. And these are all level 1s, unfortunately. So it's going to take a while to kind of build these guys up. Hopefully if I get into like some level 3 borders, taking these bigger stations at the center won't be quite as bad. I mean, having to pay 1,252 borders, or 1,200 borders, almost 1,300 borders, just to take a station is going to be ridiculous price-wise. Right, and I'm not even sure. Hopefully, this thing has some cargo on it. Maybe that's going to help the cost-wise, or it's just kind of ridiculous the amount of money you're going to have to pay out just to take a station. 4 commanders, they are still badasses. There's 3. Come on, boys, you got it. You got them on the run. You've easily have lost almost. I'm getting close to 2/3 of my borders. Hopefully I get a bunch of level 2s out of this. 1 commander. Come on. Almost done. He is like, he's fucking Rambo. Oh, 12 generals. Alright, the last 12. Right? Apparently they are even bigger badasses. Oh, there we go. We finally get one of the generals. Got 11 more to go. This is ridiculous here. Let's see here. Let's take a gander at my new station. Wow, this thing is huge. Size-wise, it's just extremely long. I'm going to be kind of interested to see the actual volume of this by the time we get done. So we're down to 8 generals. 7 generals. And then, of course, just the captain left. So still at 140 to 180. And really, honestly, that wasn't the biggest one. The whole wise was only like 15 million. I've seen a couple of these stations in the 50 or 60 million. So I don't know but they were not near as large volume-wise. I mean, size-wise, it didn't seem like they were larger, but all right, so we're down to the last 3 generals. 2 more to go. They're still kicking my ass. God, I don't know if I would ever have tried this thing with less than 1,000. I don't think. It's going to be interesting to see what I got left for borders after this thing is completely dead. Last general. There we go. Boarding successful. All right. Let's dock here. Let's get my borders back and give me an idea of how many of these guys I got left. Fortunately, we blew up quite a bit of pieces off of them. Alright. Press F. Transfer back. We got 295, 142. Ooh. That was... So, roughly 343 borders is all that I had left of the 1,250 that I went into. So, yeah. That was interesting. Alright, let's jump in here to see what exactly this thing is. Wow, I can't even really zoom in on it. What has this thing had for crew, I wonder? 187,000. So, well, I mean, that's what it was quarter-wise. But at 1,784, 1,397, 318. Yeah, that was a big station. Is there any cargo? Well, that was a fucking bust. That sucked. Wow. Almost nothing. So I'm guessing by the time with the engineers, gunners, and miners, because it's obviously this is not required, but I bet there was a fair amount of, the security was rather large. So yeah, but still at 187,000 possible crew to quarters used, quite large here. So we got a whopping, probably by the time I get done, if I decide to go sell all this, I mean, the most expensive item here is 350 credits for the wood. Fellas, Christ, that wasn't cool. And of course, no slot, nothing left, nothing for the system slots, because you never get anything in here. You should be able to get something, right? You wouldn't think all these stations wouldn't have some sort of system slots, but they don't. All right, so let's look at this thing from. Oh wow, look at that. That's 50 kilometers of absolutely massive. All right, so we're going to pop this out here, and we're going to save this. I'm curious how this is going to turn out here. So we're going to save the design, and we'll see what it looks like here down the bottom. Yep, there it is. A Jace is what it is. So. Right now, the hull, I wonder what it's going to cost to repair it. It's actually not too bad. Let's repair it completely. So, let's transfer the cargo out of it. I can't even jump into it from this distance. Let's enter the probe here. That way I can jump into it. There we go. We got inbound baddies. Some headhunters. They want my newly stolen station. Bunch of pricks. At 42 kilometers. Let's give them some of their own medicine here. They can suck a few torpedoes too. Yeah, those are some pretty powerful torpedoes. So I don't think they're going to survive that. And surprisingly, none of them, I never lost any of them. Usually there's at least, well, apparently that didn't work. Alright, one more set. We're going to do a thing on torpedoes too, so. But they can. There we go. Might be a little bit of overkill for all that amount of torpedoes. Yeah, you're gonna get another set too. Seems like a waste of money, right? I just don't want to go chase them. Hopefully that'll finish them off here, and we can finish the station off. It only took 2 torpedoes each. So we've saved the station, and now let's jump back here. So defunct station here. Do I want to even fix this? 1,581 million. We'll just leave this one as is right now. We'll leave this station defunct. I might come back here and take that down completely here, but I want to go build it in my home sector. Let's jump back out here and see what that looks like. Jump, 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 jump. All right, let's see if we can build this. But we will see here shortly. She looks like. All right, where do I want to put this thing? All right, I got most of my stuff kind of centered here in the middle now, and we want to kind of put this out here. So that's the great thing about all this free space. You have literally unlimited. I think the farthest I've ever gone out is like 250 kilometers from the center. You lose complete track of everything once you get way out there here. So let's roll on out here into some free oh, turn those off. Damn it. Every time I hit the button, there just went $4 million worth of torpedoes gone. I always forget to turn those off. And I need to because I got it slaved to my right mouse button here. So let's see what this thing's going to look like. At 35 kilometers. There's all my ships here. It'd be kind of cool to make a big old huge massive like maybe a dock or something. Alright, so we're a long ways out too, so if anybody even comes even jumps in there, we're not going to have to worry about it here. So here comes the fun part, right? So if you don't know this, if you piss off one of these factions and you get into a war with them, and even if you make up with them, there's going to be constantly sending raiders or headhunters, right? So these green dickheads straight ahead of me are they just keep popping in the system, right? They don't stop. That's one of the things I find flawed about this part of the game, is that they're still mad at you, but they're friendly with you. We're not at war or anything anymore, but they continue to send headhunters wherever you're at, wherever your ship is at. And for example, I'm close enough that these keep sending to my home sector. Now, being that when I'm jumping into a probe, I'm no longer in my alliance, right? Your probe is separate than your alliance. So when I jump into this probe, we are not going to have a very friendly. They'll consider me an enemy, right? So you're going to see me jump into this probe here, and they're going to go nuts. However, we're going to build this station, and I'm going to better think of a station name or two here before they start running, because as soon as they see me, they'll start flowing this way, firing everything they have here. We could call it I'm not even sure what I want to would I want to build this as a ship, or would I be better off putting it as a station? Let's do that. Let's do that. I have a currently built. Where are you, buddy? We'll jump to him, and I do believe I have one ready here already. Where'd you go? There he is. That was supposed to be a new shipyard, but I'm going to turn this into a station, this whatever I got going on here. So I need to find, where is my baddie at? This is the problem about three-dimensional space, and when you lose it here, where exactly everybody is. There's the Saratoga, so you're on that direction. Alright, let's get, I think that's him way out there. No, that's Swiftshore. Alright, where'd you go? Oh, maybe he's up there. Alright, so he looks like, that looks like him way out there. Yep, 73 kilometers away. Yep, there's Excalibur. So, let's run this thing all the way out that way. This could take a while. 500, and I'm boosting pretty hard to do this. I think the top speed of this station these are obviously just stations that I just built. So maybe we'll put another shipyard out here. We'll call it Norfolk. Like the name of it, the actual ship. 61 kilometers. I don't really know where to put else to put this thing. I just want to see what it's going to cost me, size-wise. Or material-wise. It didn't really give me much there in that last one, so we can run this out here. And it's the problem when you build these ships. They're not exactly the quickest thing in the world. Yeah, we're still relatively close here. I want it out a little ways. I don't have to worry about it being in the way here. Maybe it won't go all the way out. There's 20 kilometers. And the closest one, station-wise, is 66. Yeah, maybe we won't go out any further than this. This looks like a good spot. All right. So we are going to turn this into found a station. Should we turn it into a military outpost or a shipyard or a repair dock? Let's turn it into. I don't have a repair dock in this sector, so let's do that. Let's turn it into a repair dock. Okay, so there it is. You know what we're gonna do here? Okay, so let's turn this on the building, and this is something that I should show you guys. This is how so I like the look of that metal rib thing right there, and I want to put it on the new part of this new station here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select blocks by drawing a frame, and we're gonna save that much, right? So we're going to control it, Control C, Control Copy, right? Okay, Control Copy. So now let's go to the Save Designs, and we're going to pick this guy. So 5,648,000 Oganite and 4 million Xanian and a cost of 127 million credits. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's use that design. Okay, so she is cost a fair amount. And yeah, there we go. Let's Control V this. And we'll see what that thing looks like there. Oh, yeah. Alright. Looks pretty cool. Let's rotate that. And we'll put let's put a couple craters. There's 1, 2. It's hard to work on something this big. Yeah, it doesn't even want to move. Put another cradle here. Another cradle there. And I can always come back and do more of these, but we'll give it kind of a look here. Put one on the end there. Yeah, let's put some more on there since we're here. Kind of give it a look of, actual. Maybe I'll just bring all my ships over here and build cradles for every one of them. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, this is how I typically, because some of the stuff I game I actually think is pretty cool, and that's what I use. Is I just copy and paste or copy parts of the ships that I capture or whatever, and I probably should just do a video on it. And then I add it to my own designs or my own, so if I find a really cool, like cargo or solar panel design, I'll just copy and paste from a station that I take, and then I'll use that as my in my ships here. So we are short quite a bit of mechanics and engineers. Got power. Cargo hold is 500,000. That's not too bad. That's a pretty good sized station here. So let's exit out of it and see what this thing turned out to be. Yeah, that's big. So let's jump into. Oh, yep. So there, I jumped into my. You can see immediately they turn red. So yeah, there is going to be. Let's jump up and get back into here before they get pissy with me. So there's my 50-kilometer. Maybe. Yep, there's my 50-kilometer long dock, or 50-kilometer long repair station. That's actually pretty sweet. Looks kind of neat. Maybe I'll add some maybe I'll add some asteroids to it or something like that. Put some more cradles on it. I could put cradles all the way through that thing. And dock ships with it to make it look like... We'll see. This is just an experiment. I wanted to see if I wanted to do it. And I probably rattled on a little too long here. But, so there she is. The newest addition to my... because I always wanted a 50-kilometer long space station. So with that said, thanks for watching, guys, and you guys have a good night.